The other day, I had an earthbound spirit right behind me in my office. It was a male, and I happened to pick him up from my neighbor's house. If you're new here, I'm Emily Kady. Over 10 years ago, I had an NDE that showed me exactly how I was living for everybody else, yet I had no clue who I was. I was completely disempowered. And now I help others that have also lost sense of who they are find out who they are and shed all of the expectations of everyone else that they have been living, the facade, all of those layers that have been holding them back. As I was saying, I brought home a guy, spirit guy, the other day. I was at my neighbor's house. Now, I live in a really old town. I live the old part of the old town, and it's known for this charm and the quaintness of this town. And most of the houses in my neighborhood have been built between like early 1900s to like 1920. Um, and they're historical monuments. They're beautiful. And these homes have lives that are still lingering on. I could tell you many stories of spirits that have interacted with me throughout my town. The other day, I happened to be at my neighbor's house, and while I was at her house, I felt an entity in her living room. And it felt like a female. And I was like, oh, I didn't say anything because I didn't know if she was in tune with it or not. And I just kind of was talking to her. So then I went into her office, and there was a dark, heavy, dense entity in there. And I felt it. I thought, I'm protected. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm not going to remove the entities without her permission. And again, I didn't know if she knew they were there or not. And I just didn't want to have that conversation. So I was just kind of going about our business. Well, I happened to come home. And while I came home, I had a session with a client. And you know how the camera can pick up ghost? Well, here I am on my Zoom with my client. And she goes, Emily, who is that man that's standing right behind you? I'm like, hmm. And I turn around and I tune into the energy, and it was that dense, heavy energy of that was lingering in my friend's office. So I took a few minutes and I just said, okay, let's pause this session. I need to send this gentleman to the light. He's an earthbound spirit. He's been stuck for it was a long time, like 75 years in this house of my neighbors. And he found me and attached himself to me in hopes that I could help him ascend to the light because he was stuck. His energy was attached to that house in a way that felt it just like something tragic happened in that home. And he didn't go into it. And I was with my client. So I wanted to move him along so I can work with my client. And I didn't want his energy present when I was with my client. So I didn't spend a lot of time with him, but I could sense there was an attachment to that house. Something tragic happened and he couldn't figure out how to get out of it. So when he saw me, I was a light that he attached to in hopes that I would help ascend him. This happens to you when you wake up. Some of you are awoken and your lights are bright. You attract entities or earthbound spirits if you're not protected. I thought I was protected. Apparently, I was not fully protected that day. I knew those entities were there. What I should have done is my spiritual hygiene protocol that I do every morning. I should have done it as soon as I left that house. I didn't. Mistake, especially after that house, then going into a client session. So, one, I'm sharing this with you because as you awaken, your light gets brighter. Your spiritual hygiene is fundamental. It is really important to do this. And I highly encourage that you put into place a spiritual hygiene practice to keep yourself protected every day. I do this every morning. And like I said, I should have done it as soon as I left that house. There's a few reasons we attract spirits to us, earthbound spirits or entities, is one, low vibration. I have been in the position where I had extremely low vibration, especially in my 20s. I was borderline depressed, if not depressed, and I was attracting entities, and they were doing I call them prankster spirits. They come in and they do things that you don't want to have happen. They're disruptive. They're turning on and off the TVs and the lights in the middle of the night. that kind of stuff. Don't want that to happen. So keeping your vibration up to avoid the prankster spirits, because if your vibration's high, the prankster spirits won't come to you. If it's lower, they are going to attract to you. This gentleman, even though his energy was heavy and dense, he wasn't evil. He just wanted help getting back. He wanted to help to ascend. He didn't know how to ascend. He got stuck in this plane. And he saw me as a light to help him ascend. The other reason earthbound spirits may attract you if you have a very bright light is that they think that that's where they're supposed to go. I had this happen about 2 or 3 years ago. I had a spirit. I was working with some other psychics, and we were trying to locate a young woman that was missing. And in this process, she had passed. So because I was working on the case with her, she actually was attached to me, thinking that I was where she was supposed to go because my light was so bright for her. So in that case, I did not want her energy around me. I saw that she had passed, and so I helped her ascend to where she was supposed to go. Keeping these entities or these earthbound spirits around us, they can suck your energy from you. They can deter you from your life purpose. So it's vital for us to really be very clear of our energy field around us. I clear my house every day. I clear my property every day. I clear me, my partner, my dog, even my cars. I clear the energy and put protective layers around us because these entities are out there and they do want to attach to us. Some, again, mean no harm, and some are going to be prankster, and some are going to suck you dry. So you may attract one and all of a sudden feel extreme exhaustion, or feel off. I can tell you this one story where I had gone in and this is, like 15 years ago. I have lots of stories of this because I've had many run-ins with them. But this one situation, I was getting a Reiki session from a gentleman, and this is like 15 years ago. Yeah, it's probably about 15. It may have been longer actually, but I was having a Reiki. It was younger, or it was longer. I was having a Reiki session with this gentleman. I came home and I had the most like crazy energy. I did full on spring cleaning in my house. And I was like, where did this energy come from? It wasn't my energy. During that Reiki session, there was a transference of spirit from that gentleman to me. I wasn't protected. I didn't know how to protect myself back then. So I brought the spirit home and I full on cleaned my house too. I mean, like crazy cleaned my house for hours, and I had so much energy. And then I loved having a house totally clean. But then afterwards, the entity then took residence in my house. And so he started like waking us up in the middle of the night by turning on the TV or turning on the lights, opening up the garage door, shutting the garage door, all sorts of prankster stuff. As you awaken, know that you are a sovereign body. Know that no entity has a right to you. You never want to go into fear because entities feed off of fear, and you just want to love them. Like this gentleman that was behind me. He was lost. He was depressed. He was frustrated. He just wanted help to ascend. So instead of going into fear with him, I gave him the love he needed. I called in the support that we needed, and I allowed him to ascend up to the light. It's a very simple process. But the message here today for you is to keep yourself protected. Again, not out of fear, just so that you can thrive. If you would like to learn more about my way of protecting myself, my spiritual hygiene, I have a link attached or below in the description that you can access my daily spiritual hygiene routine. Please, I invite you to use this to keep yourself protected, especially as you ascend, as you increase your vibration, or if you are in a low time and maybe attracting some prankster spirits. I strongly recommend using this daily practice to help clear off energy that is not yours and to help you stay protected throughout your day. You will find that as you're clearing off energy that is not yours, you actually start to feel better. If you like this video, if you like this kind of content, drop a little ghost in the comments, and I will continue to give you some more information about the spiritual realm. Also, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share it with anyone you may know that needs this information. Thank you so much for being here and supporting me on this channel.